What lust does to your brain, the damage you never notice. Be honest with yourself. You didn't plan to struggle with lust, just happened. Slowly, silently, without warning. And the most dangerous part? You think it's normal? Okay. But what lust does to your brain is far more serious than people are willing to admit. This is not about morality. This is not about religion. This is about neurology. About how your brain changes every time you give in. Let me ask you something important. Why does lust feel stronger the more you try to stop it? Why does control feel harder over time, not easier? The answer is in your brain. Every lustful thought, every image, every fantasy releases dopamine. Dopamine is not pleasure, it is desire. It tells your brain, this is important, remember this. So your brain remembers, and then it wants more. At first, small triggers are enough, but over time your brain adapts, just like any addiction. What once felt exciting now feels normal, so your brain demands intensity. More stimulation, more novelty, more extreme content. This is called dopamine tolerance. And this is where the real damage begins. Your brain starts losing interest in normal life. Hard work feels boring. Goals feel distant. Discipline feels painful. Not because you are lazy, but because your brain has been trained to expect high reward without effort. Ask yourself honestly, do you struggle? If you think lust is just a bad habit, you've already underestimated it. Because lust doesn't live in your thoughts. It lives in your brain wiring. And once that wiring changes, motivation alone is not enough. Let me explain this clearly. Your brain works on pathways. The more you repeat an action, the stronger that pathway becomes, like a road. Walk it once, it's weak. Walk it daily, it becomes a highway. Lust creates one of the strongest highways in the human brain. Why? Because it combines three powerful forces: dopamine, desire; novelty, new stimulation; instant reward, no effort. This combination is dangerous. Every time you give in, your brain says, this is important, do it again. Over time, the brain automates the behavior. You don't choose lust anymore, it chooses you. This is why willpower fails, because willpower lives in the prefrontal cortex, the thinking, logical part of your brain. But lust activates the limbic system, the emotional, impulsive part. And here's the truth most people don't know. When dopamine spikes are high, the prefrontal cortex goes quiet, meaning logic weakens, discipline shuts down. Long-term thinking disappears. You are not weak in that moment. You are offline. That's why people relapse even when they know better. Now listen carefully. The brain hates pain and loves efficiency, so it learns shortcuts. Instead of effort gives growth, gives reward it chooses. Trigger gives lust, gives dopamine fast. Easy, guaranteed. And slowly, real life loses its color. Food tastes dull, success feels empty. Achievement feels pointless. This is called dopamine desensitization. Your brain's reward system becomes numb. Here's where it gets darker. When dopamine drops after indulgence, your brain feels discomfort, low mood, anxiety, restlessness. So what does the brain want? Another hit? Not because you want pleasure, but because you want relief. This is how lust turns into a loop, not enjoyment, dependency. Ask yourself honestly. Do you ever feel regret immediately after? Do you promise last time again and again? Do you feel mentally tired for no reason? If yes, your brain isn't broken, it's trained. And anything trained can be retrained. But not with motivation speeches, not with guilt, not with shame. And next, I'll show you how to reverse this wiring. It's how to weaken less pathways and strengthen self-control again. A practical system that actually works. Before we move on, answer this in the comments. Do you want control or comfort? Because you can't have both. Now listen very carefully. If lust trained your brain, then discipline can retrain it. But not the way most people try. This is not about fighting urges, because fighting keeps lust powerful. This is about starving the pathway and feeding a new one. Let me show you how control is actually rebuilt. First, understand this truth. You don't quit lust, you replace it. The brain cannot delete pathways. It only weakens them when they are not used. So every time you resist lust, something important must happen. You must redirect dopamine. If you don't, your brain will feel pain and drag you back. This is why people fail. You remove stimulation but add nothing in return. Here's the system that works. Step 1. delay, don't deny. When an urge hits, don't say never again, say not now. In 10 minutes, this reduces panic in the brain. Urgency weakens control. Delay restores it. Step 2. Change the body state. Lust lives in stillness, so move. Push-ups, cold water on the face, fast walk, deep breathing. Why? Because physical movement shifts activity away from the limbic system back to the prefrontal cortex. You regain thinking power. Step 3. Create a higher reward. Your brain needs dopamine. Give it something earned. Hard workout, skill practice, progress toward a goal. This teaches the brain a new equation. Effort gives reward over time. This pathway grows stronger than lust. Now here's the most important rule. Environment beats willpower. If triggers are always near you, you are not failing. You are being outmatched. Reduce exposure. Clean your feed-limit screen time at night. Avoid isolation. This isn't weakness. This is strategy. Strong men don't rely on control. They design their environment. And finally, the mindset shift. Stop saying, I'm trying to quit lust. Start saying, I'm building self-control. One is avoidance. The other is identity. And identity changes behavior. You will still feel urges. That doesn't mean you're losing. It means your brain is healing. Every resisted urge is a signal to the brain, this pathway is no longer important. And slowly, very slowly, the noise fades. Focus returns, energy rises, confidence rebuilds. This is not magic, this is neuroscience, and it works if you stay consistent. Let me ask you one last question. Where would your life be if you controlled lust instead of letting it control you? Think about that. If this series helped you, right? I choose control in the comments. Subscribe for more real, psychology-based motivation. And follow us for daily reminders to stay disciplined and focused. Your brain is not broken, it's waiting for leadership.